What's up everyone, welcome back to Altitude. Today we're gonna be doing a portrait that's awesome and moody in the same time. We will start today's tutorial with this portrait that I took of my model right here. It was just a regular portrait with a little bit of a special light. So as you see, the light is all coming from the left side of the model, while the right side is barely lit. It's just one reflector and that's it. That's why you have half the face almost visible but not really visible. So first thing first, to do a portrait you need to use the crop tool to get the correct size before you start doing anything else. I'm gonna go to the crop tool over here, or you can just click C. Once you have the crop tool, you will specify what size you need it, or I can go from size and resolution and create maybe the width will be let's say 8 and the height is 10. I'm not printing this portrait, so I'm gonna keep it low. I'm gonna do only 120 since I'm gonna be using it for online portfolio. Of course, for online portfolios I can go maybe 96 or even 72, but for your view purposes I'm gonna keep it as 120. I'm gonna hit OK, and now I can control this crop tool, just make it look good. I don't need that much of a shoulder, so I'm gonna crop from here and from there. We might need to keep that icon that on the chain in the portrait. Okay, I think that's pretty much good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna double click this one to apply it, Control 0 to zoom in again, and now I have, that's a nice size. It's not bad. All right, first thing first, I'm gonna go to levels with Control L. Control L. As you see in here, this is a dead area. That means there is nothing. There is no details in here. I'm gonna pull this one up to here. Right. That's when you will start seeing whites in the photograph. So it's just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna hit OK. And second thing, I'm gonna duplicate this layer by clicking Control and J. And I always prefer to start with the eyes. It's personal reference, so feel free to start with whatever you would like to do. Now I'm gonna go into the eye. That much. Maybe a little more out. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a mask by clicking Q, and I'm gonna get the brush, which is B. I'm gonna make sure to feather it, but not too much. And that size is pretty good. I'm gonna just start drawing here. Don't worry about what I'm doing now. It looks like I'm messing it up, but don't worry. Cover this area. Take this one out. Take this one out, and tag that part. Refine it a little bit. Now I have a selection of the eye. You can refine it as much as you want. You can use whatever selection tool that you are more comfortable with. I prefer to use the mask, but of course it's up to you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make this brush a little bigger, just by like around the size of the eye. Gonna go in here. Yes, I'm gonna hit X to convert to white. I'm gonna click one click only. Just make sure you're covering the whole eye, and then I'm gonna apply the mask. Now the mask is actually everything but those, so I'm gonna hit Control Shift on I to convert it, and then I'm gonna be playing with this part only. So let's say I'm gonna go with Control U. I'm gonna take that pinch out of the eye, so I'm gonna just list the saturation and going to Control L, which is levels, and make it more white. Don't go extreme because it's not gonna look good, so just a little bit. Yep. Okay, let's see how it looks like. It looks much nicer. Look at this. Alright, now we're gonna control the eye itself. I like to bring the eyes out in my portraits, so for that reason I'm gonna go again into Q mode, which is the quick mask, and I'm gonna convert to black. I'm gonna get the brush, and I'm gonna draw one right over here, and then hit X, and gotta take out this extra stuff. Q, Control Shift I to convert the selection, and I'm gonna bring this eye a little bit up. So I'm gonna light it up a little bit and add more saturation to the colors, original colors. Not too much because then it's not gonna look good. Just a little bit, just enough. Maybe 16 is good. Okay. Now I'm gonna unselect this and take a look a little bit far. Here we go. This is after, this is before, after, before, after, before. We're looking good. All right. Second thing I would like to do is to go in the eyebrow. I'm gonna get the burn tool for that reason. Burn tool. I'm gonna make a smaller brush. Feather it out. Maybe 7% or so. That's just very feather. And I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna go 2. So you see 1 extended, 2 is only the tip of the eyebrow. And then also I'm gonna add a little bit of darkness in here. Obviously that's too much, so I'm gonna go with 25%. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna go in here as well. And I need to darken this a little bit. All right. Now let's take a look. Yep, that looks much better. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and adjust this the nose part. It's the shadow that's creating this weird look for the nose. It's not the model itself. The model is beautiful. So I'm gonna go to filter, liquify. So everything is dragging to the other screen, and I'm gonna go grab this tool here, which is for wrap. I'm gonna try to just adjust this a little bit. Don't go crazy with the liquify, right? Just a little bit. That looks good. That looks straight enough for me. Maybe a little bit from here. Yep. You can, of course, with liquify, you can make stuff bigger, make stuff smaller. So, okay. Now let's see after and before. That's after, before, after, before, after, before, after. Cool. Next to that, I'm gonna start doing some skin retouching. So for that reason, I'm gonna be working on the same layers that I just created. Feel free to create extra layers, it's up to you. And I'm gonna get the patch tool. You can use a spot healing tool if you like it, but be careful on what it might do. Like this, it didn't do anything, it just destroys the pixels. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna use the actual patch tool. I'm gonna select this area, copy from here, select this one, copy from there, just here and there. Don't go crazy, don't eliminate the features of the person. Like if there is some people prefer to remove molds and things. If you're doing a portrait for someone and you remove some of their features, they will not be known through your picture. So be careful on what you wish for. I'm gonna remove a couple stuff here. Just make the skin a little bit smoother. There is a lot of plugins out there that you can use to create this stuff. However, it's not very hard to do manually. I'm gonna go up here, just remove this little guy here. I'm sorry. And this one. This one. Alright, this one. Cool. Now I'm gonna make it a little bit more smooth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this layer, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit filter, and then from filter I will go to blur and go CN blur. See, as you see here, this will add this extra like blurred image. Don't worry about it, you can use it. I'm gonna hit OK. Alright, the reason I did that, I just wanted to see where the highlights are, which is reds in this case. But anyway, I'm gonna go with this layer, which is I'm gonna call it blurred. And for that layer, I'm gonna get the eraser make it smooth, feather it out, remove this, make it bigger, right? And we'll start feathering around the person's features. Of course, I will prefer to do the same thing, but on opacity of maybe 50%. Here you go 1, here you go 2, 1, 2, 1. That's enough for the nose, 2 for the mouth, and then the hair will be at 100%. So I need the details of the hair. I'm gonna just go ahead and remove everything from the hair, just to bring it back up. Of course, you can use mask for this as well, but for this tutorial, it's a quick way how to do stuff. So I'm not gonna go in depth, but I promise I'll go in depth on another tutorial where we're gonna go deeper and deeper on how to use masks and all other kind of cool stuff. So if you wanna rush it, go ahead and comment, asking the question. I'll get back to you. Now you see that the skin is way smoother than before, right? Oops. I'm gonna do here maybe 30% for the rest of the skin, or you can actually go from opacity and just lower this guy just to your needs. So if you want to have it very smooth, you go 100%. If you need it to be cool, I would say around 65, 66. That's cool enough. Right now, this we're gonna fix a little bit of things in here and there. So for example, I don't like this part over here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the batch tool, which is hitting J, and I'm gonna select the layer. Yep, that looks much better for me. I'm gonna select this one. All right. Now we're pretty much done with the portrait. I would like to blur more on the shoulders. I don't like how they look like bending down or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine both layers, merge layers, and from there I'm gonna create a new one just in case. All right, you can duplicate them, merge them, do whatever you want to do, just do it the right way. And from here I'm going to get the selection tool, the elliptic selection tool. I'm gonna try to draw something like that, where I need only the head to be really visible with the hair. I don't need the shoulders that much. So now I'm gonna go with feathers. Maybe we'll go to 20, and then Control-Shift-I to convert it, and then we're gonna go filter, blur, Gaussian blur, blur it, blur it, blur it, blur it, blur it. Maybe 9, no, let's say 5.3 is good. Unselect, and here you go. Then we have blurred one. I'm gonna go with the blur tool here. I'm gonna create that to 100%, and I'm gonna go with extra shoulders in here just to get rid of this edge. There you go. There you go. And here you go. We are done with our portrait. You can do whatever else you want to do. You want to do color correction, you want to add some reds, some stuff like that, feel free. But that's the basics of how to create a good lighting, dramatic, and very nice portrait. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, please leave it in the comments below. If you like it, share it, and subscribe. Your help is really appreciated. Thank you, and see you in next tutorial.